Hey everybody for tuning in. This is open office hours. Feel free to ask any questions. I'm just going to be working on some bundle building stuff. I'm going to be merging some of our Terraform modules, the actual root calls of the modules into application templates. So I'm just going to work on that today, but feel free to ask any questions. This is just a time where, people from Massdriver are available to talk about really any topic that you want to talk about. So feel free to post a comment. And then let me also open up the LinkedIn stream as well, so that we can watch that. Watch those comments. So I'm going to open up that here on the side. Okay. All right, so I just installed AWS CLI. Now I need to connect to it. I add this. Oh shoot. It's up in root here. Flag. All. Okay, so now I just need to set up. Let's configure. Okay. Fetch this. So I'm setting up, I just switched computers from my desktop to my laptop, which is always a pain, always super fun to figure out, switching everything over. But I need to set up my AWS local environment here so I can do some local bundle testing. Without that local environment, I can't really do that. So I'm just gonna go through this process, should be pretty quick. To create access key for other. Okay, let me stop my screen share real quick. Select US West. And output format JSON. Clear? Okay. I can add that back. Okay, so AWS. I think I configured it. So, okay, so now let's go back here. We should just try to deploy. Oh, that didn't save. Bummer. Okay. Cover. Bummer. What is this one? Let me take a look here. I think this one's just cluster. And I have this one open. Okay. This is right. This one. Okay, I'm gonna bring this down real quick so I can add this credential in. Yep. Okay. Okay. For anyone who's just joining, just a little reminder, open office hours, feel free to answer any questions. I'm just going to be going through this process of migrating some of like the root Terraform modules. So if we look at like Terraform module, server, app, no, Terraform, server, AWS, CCS, main, what's in here? Oh, I must have moved it. I can do lambda main.tf. So if we look at this particular module, this is just like doing a module call. And then if we look at AWS lambda source main.tf, we're doing a module call of a module call. So what I'm working on right now is kind of like cleaning this up, where I'm going to be moving that module call in the application template. I'm just going to be moving like all of this over. So it's kind of like more clean, more linear. So I'm just going to be working on that while hanging out with you guys. So if you guys have any questions about platform engineering, about Massdriver, feel free to ask. I'm just here to chat, whatever you guys want to talk about. So, okay, what I want to do now, oops, didn't mean to do that. I try to deploy this, what do I see? Okay. Input variable for containers not declared. Logging driver not declared. Okay. So monitoring and ingress. It's looking at containers. So bar containers. Let's take a look at the driver.yaml. Container. What do I want to do here? So if I built out the variables, I think what this is complaining about is how the variables are formed in the module. Let me pull that up. So I think I can break this down. Hey, Chris, I see you're in here. If you want to hop in and kind of help me dissect this, since you are the one who built the ECS module. Couple minutes, sure. Yeah, no worries. So what are we doing here? And then in the application template. Okay, so interesting. I think what I want to do here is we're calling module application, ECS service. Where's container? Container definitions. For container in var containers container.name. And then in the actual application template, we're just calling it main. So I'm wondering then if...
What's up, man?
Hey. This is quite the module we have here. Yeah. So I'm trying to understand the application template, how the application template is building off the module. So I think the container name, what we're doing in the actual application template, and I don't think I can.
Can you hear that mower outside, by the way? I can switch to a different mic. Okay. If you hear, just let me know and I'll swap over to
a
different mic.
So in the application template, we have the big container map, right? And we're calling the name main, but then everything else, so the image repository, that is going to be do we want to update this image repository to be an object to be able to create multiple items, kind of like how we do with DNS zones? Because the way that this is configured, it looks like it's creating a configuration for every container found, but in the application template, we're only passing it one container.
Oh. Look up container. Let me look at this. Let me pull up the actual the code on my end here. I think what it might be is that there's a separation. Yeah, I think what happened here was the Terraform module itself was written to be a little bit more generic or extendable than the actual application template was, and so in the module, we set up the variable for the containers to be able to be a list of all of these containers. But in the application template, we kind of hard code it to one, going for a very simple use case. What are you looking at doing here? Are you trying to?
I'm moving the module over into the template. So
yeah,
I moved. So this is the module, and I just moved the Terraform files over from the module into the template, and then I'm trying to just clean up. When I tried to deploy, is there error here?
Yeah, what I think I would do on this, if that's the case, personally, I think we'd probably remove the list element of it, because once you start getting down in, if you start breaking out every single container, you see all of the stuff that has to get specified there.
There's a ton.
And basically making that be, it's a rare scenario, but you may have, each container might need, different ingress or something like that, and it starts getting more and more complex and different arguments and commands. So I think if we're moving this from the module out, we just get rid of the iterating over it entirely. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I agree with that. I think for simplicity, just make it a single container.
I expect most people to, if they're coming in with, and they're trying to set up an ECS container, a lot of the stuff probably doesn't need to be variabilized. Is it variabilized in the console? If they're setting up
Yeah.
for example, an Nginx sidecar, like a lot of that configuration probably should be hard coded and not left to the person in the UI to figure out how to properly, configure the Nginx sidecar. You probably want to hard code that in the task definition.
Yeah. So var.runtime.cpu. Var, this one, entry point var. What do we have it set to? I don't think we actually.
Yeah, we probably don't do anything with entry point. I think this is again one of those things where, because we were hiding the module, inside of the application template at the time, I was trying to expose all of the fields that could potentially be modified. But if we're moving all of this code up, then I think again this can be modified. It's rare that people are needing to change the entry point of
or the command.
Yeah, the entry point or the command.
Okay, so then the rest of this looks fine. Port and container ports. Okay, so this is another one that needs to be. What am I doing? Var dot and a port. Is that what we do here?
We should check there also to see if the runtime.port is optional, which it probably is. In which case,
I think it's based on it's required. So var.ports.port.
Okay, so the ports can be. I have to see port mapping. Container port equals. Let me look up ECS task definition. Container port.
is logging that driver. This one's gonna be monitoring. Logging dot destination. Logging dot destination.
Okay, I think I see. If you look at, oh, go ahead and wrap up whatever you're doing there.
I'm just adding retention here. Logging dot retention. Switch windows. There we go. There we go. Sorry, go ahead.
So if you go to the port stuff that in the ECS task definition.
ECS task definition, yeah.
Yeah. That the port mappings is supposed to be an array of objects.
Okay.
And we still need to iterate over because the ports, var.ports is a array. And so, so what we'll need to do is you need to do like a for port in container or whatever for, the runtime.ports or wherever it is now.
It's ports.port.
Oh, is it a top level? Is ports a top level?
Ports is a top level. Yeah, it's here.
So it would be for port in var.ports.
Okay.
There, and then we would just do container port equals port.
Port.container port? Or just
no, just port. Right, because we're using the variable the port in the for port equals var.ports. We're just setting container port equals that port variable. Yeah, like that. I think that's
okay.
what we need.
And then log driver. So this one, I need to update this. It's monitoring dot destination, and then okay, and then logging options. That in local logging options. Oh, I think that's in monitoring. So logging options. This looks right. Okay, let's try this. Save that. Okay.
I'm gonna hop off. If you need me, just pay me.
All right, we'll do. Thanks.
Yep.
Argument separator. Commas required. Okay. that was it. Okay, so ingress, okay, ingress line 4, container, okay, that's pretty easy. So once this one needs to be updated. So image.repository. Tag repository. Okay, that looks good. Looks good. Okay, nv ingress. Okay, so this is the one that we need to fix too. Container ingresses. Ingress. Gonna remove this. For port in lookup for port in r.ports for ingress in this one. Ports. Ports. Ingresses. Jeez. Ports, and then this is going to be that's right. Right. port. Host name is going to be that's right, ingress.host name, and then path, and then minus main equals. Okay, I'm gonna leave that the way it is. For ingress in local that container ingress. Container name, ingress container port, ingress container name, ingress port, ingress domain. Okay. For ingress and local container ingress, ingress list name, ingress if ingress is true. Okay. For ingress in var ECS cluster data capabilities, ingress for listener and ingress.listener. Add listeners in here. Okay, that'll be interesting. We'll have to figure that out. Okay, for listener and local cluster listeners, listener domain, listener. Okay. Value container port. Okay. LB listener rule for ingress and local container ingresses. Ingress that host name, ingress path. Listener on. Okay. Okay, each value path, each host name. Okay. Oh, good grief. Okay, launch type, task memory, task CPU, sweet. Okay, so main.tf, so launch type, oh, there it is. So let's look at Massdriver, oops, keep doing that. Okay, so launch type. So runtime launch type. var.runtime.launch type. Oops. Okay, and then was it CPU? Go. var.runtime.memory. Runtime.cpu. Good. Another launch type, main.tf. On line 48. Okay. var.runtime.launch type. Cool. Okay. Or I'll destroy everything. Oops. More errors, sweet. Okay, so authentication is null. Okay, let me open up a new window here. To make sure, jump. Okay. It's service captions.o. Arn data.arn data.arn tabbed in too much. I think that was it. Yeah, it's just tabbed too much. Oh boy, fix all these. Tabs. Okay, let's try this again. Still no. I need a formatter. Let's look at UVM JSON. FJQ here. Yeah. So NV, it's on this other one. Interesting. Exit VS Code. Oh, you know what? ECS cluster specs, AWS region, AWS authentication, AWS authentication. That's it. I didn't spell it right. I'm genius. This AWS authentication. Boy. Okay. Access to authorized. Of course, local environment. How did I fix this last time? All cannot be assumed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have access to that. Policy. Oh, there's a. That's why there's a pointer. Why is it pointed to my Windows system? I do have a config there, I guess. Credentials. I feel like, yeah, those are set up right. So what's the problem? For anyone that's just joining in, feel free to post any questions. You know, open office hours is a time to just like hang out and chat. I'm just working on some like local bundle development. I'm taking care of some tasks here, some house cleaning, housekeeping. But really, office hours is just a time for, you know, anybody to pop in, ask some questions, talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm happy to really dive into and interrupt what I'm doing, really to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. We do these office hours every month, the first Wednesday of every month. So just an opportunity to talk with our community and like see what's going on, what kind of confusions there are, or maybe issues with adopting a platform, issues with DevOps, issues with the cloud, issues with Massdriver. Anything you guys want to talk about, I'm here for it. So go ahead and continue fixing this. So see if this works. I think maybe there's a policy about not having MFA. Let's go ahead and add that real quick. I don't think this will work, but at least this will eliminate a possibility. Nope, still same error after adding that. Okay, so check permissions to the role. Provisioning. Yeah, I have it. Weird. Oh, I'll keep plugging away at this. I'm just gonna wrap up here in a couple minutes. Thanks for everybody who's like hanging out. Even though we haven't really talked about anything, this has just been nice to be able to like focus on something and hang out. I really enjoy doing office hours. I enjoy being able to chat with you guys. You know, especially when we have guests on and we're able to like focus in on a topic. You know, sometimes our CEO drops by, Corey. Sometimes our other founders, Chris or Dave, drop by. Yeah, I encourage you guys to use office hours as an opportunity to be able to talk to us live about really any topic without having to wait for an email or, you know, a response on support or, you know, on the community Slack even. I encourage you guys to use this resource to be able to discuss any topic that you want. Because I think that's the best way for our community to learn and grow, is just being able to discuss things with little filters, no filters of what the industry is like actually enduring right now. Platform engineering, DevOps, the different issues that teams of developers are having to face with doing their job. Their daily responsibilities are ever growing more complex and tedious, with having to learn things that aren't related to software specifically, just to be able to do their jobs. So that's where Massdriver is trying to come in. We're trying to provide a tool that makes it easier for developers to be able to deploy and manage cloud infrastructure without being an expert in that infrastructure. And then operations can still sleep well at night, knowing that the infrastructure that developers are owning and running and managing is built in such a way that meets, security compliances, compliance benchmarks, even budgetary constraints. So that's what we aim to provide, and we want to share it with everybody. We want to share it with the community. So yeah, thanks for everybody who was hanging out with me. Got some progress done. I'll finish wrapping this up, and then I'll start moving all of those modules over to the application templates to kind of simplify that process for those who want to go and customize their own templates. This change is going to make it a lot easier. And then, yeah, hope to catch you guys next month at office hours. Until then, have a good one.